what are we looking at here? So looking at rejection, come back up. It is the second interaction, or actually no, it's the first rejection that we'll be looking for on this key line. I'm going to be expecting that to reject. This is the first time it's returning to that key line. Look at my time frame here. Let's do 15 minutes. So it's interacting with the key line. Let me go to the 30 minutes. Interacting with the key line. Get the one interacting with the key line. Form. Let's go back to the 30 minutes. Let's advance it, see what it's doing. I see my rejection pattern starting. What's in here? Nothing there. So let's go back. So I should expect a rejection because to come back to that key line, it should reject, and it is rejecting. Let's go back to the 30 minutes. I need a confirm pattern here. Close at the 30 minute. Closes as a drum. No, it's not a Romney. That's a bullish pin bar. Bullish pin bar tells me a reversal in pattern, which should mean that it's going to go bullish. Let's look at the one. Let's go back to the now confident. There's my bullish pattern to indicate from the bullish pin bar. Let's go one more. I am looking for this to come back down for me because it should have been a reverse, should have been a rejection. So let me go back to the 30 minutes. I'm waiting for a pattern that indicates that it will go back down through this zone. About 6 candles. Okay, what am I getting here? Let me look at my line. I'm starting to see my pattern go down. Now also, and still in bullish. Let's give it one more simple gate. Okay, there's my pattern. There is my pattern to go down. Let's go to my 4 and see it there. My 1 hour, I'm also seeing my pattern to go down. Actually, I am seeing a bearish railroad interacting with the key line. I was expecting a rejection, so I'm going to put a pending sell stop here. I'm going to put it right below the key line, expecting that rejection to come down, expecting it to continue down. In the event that it does that, I'm going to give it just a little bit. Let me see how many pips that would be. 39, that's my stop loss. Let's do this. I want to see if I'm right that that is a rejection that's going to come back down for me. Let's put my stop loss up here pretty high. Go several pips above that last wick just to give me room. Let's see, let's bring this down. Let's bring take profit to here. I'm going to actually put it right before the dollar starts because I got a feeling it's going to go so far and stop. Let me take a look. Let me accept this and make sure I'm not missing any zones. Visual zones. Do I see anything? Stop me. No. Alright, I'm going to put this back to 30 minutes and let's run it and see what we get. If it bounces up, I missed the zone. If it bounces, it's going to reject. Okay. If it doesn't come down and get my TP, then either I missed the zone. Probably should have, my direction was correct, I believe. It did reject. It came down here. Let me see what sessions we're in. Didn't hit my TP yet. Now it's slow time. Candles do I have in there? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. It is forming my impact. I see it come below the key line. I'm going to run it just to see if it comes and makes it. Pretty high TP, pretty high on stop loss. This is so slow to get it. I don't know if it's real. Okay, so initially the right way, I believe, was here, but I believe I missed the zone or something. It did come back down, it did reject, and then it started back rejecting. So I missed the zone. So let me analyze and see what it was. So it did go up, it rejected, it came down, kilo, retested, came down. Oh, third. Okay, again, third interaction with the key line. So therefore, that's why it finally went back up because it hit the key line 3 times, 3 rejections. So if I count it, okay, so here, it's 2. And let me see what we're looking at now. We should be looking at another rejection. It's going to continue. It's hitting the key line that actually that's the third rejection. That should be the third interaction with that key line. At this point, it's going to continue with that key line. So I'm just going to run it because it's probably not something I'm going to take. If I'm correct. Yep. So went through that key line because that was the third time it revisited that price. So let's pause this for a minute. See where we are. Let's see if we have any zones. Let's see something new. It's kind of small. Let's see what I'm in the time frame. Almost 15 minutes. So now we're coming back. I'm looking at a rejection off of this tree line here. I'm looking at that rejection. So let me see what I'm in the hour. So let's go to 30 minutes and just see what's happening there. All right, went through the key line. It looks like it's going into the next, but it's rejecting also. Look at the so do 30 minutes. It's showing you on. So I need you to get to the key line and reject for me. So let's give me another pattern. So you have passed the key line. I should be looking at a pattern to take me back down because I do expect a rejection. Let's see what the 30 minute gives me. So there is my pattern back down, and I'm going to play it safe and just take it to one key line, which is 25 pips. That is my railroad. To take it back down, I expected a rejection. My 1 hour is showing me also a bearish railroad. So I'm going to take it to the 30 minute. Let me put a pending. I'll put a pending sell stop in here. Nullify it. Let's bring it up just a little. Just for the wick. Let's do a stop loss. Taking forward to give me room. It's a lot of pips. Alright, so let's just go to let's want to see if it's gonna do. Take profit. Want to be play it safe and go to the first TP here. It may come back down to the zone, but I don't trust that. I'm going to take it to there. It's not much, but it's something. So let's roll and see if I'm right. Yep. All right, cool. So that was a rejection. Cool beans. All right, so let's now go back and see what it is doing. Go to 4 hours. Oh, cool. So let's see what time frame we're in. Oh, discard another 4 hours. What we're looking at here is also how many times have we interacted with this keyword? Only once. So that is going to be another action. Let's um, let me clarify one thing. We haven't Thursday. Haven't looked at any insurance. I'm going up to okay. In fact, I think I need some music. This is really not sure if you guys can even hear this. Because I'm talking very about I get some inspiration. Go to 30 minutes. 4 hours. First time back to this key line. So I should expect another rejection. If I'm correct, this is going to go back down to this key line where it should revisit the key line it came from, which would be 52 cents. Don't know if I trust that, but at the very least, I can expect it to go there because if there's going to be a rejection. We're at the start of New York time. So let's drop to the 30-minute. Okay, back to what we were looking. I am looking at a rejection. I don't trust. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move. All right, let's jump to here. Looking for this rejection. Let's jump um, um, of all my time. To pause. Okay, I'm gonna put my sales stop in, pending sales stop, because I think it's a rejection. And I'm just going to be conservative and go back to that first zone. Let's do a modification here. Let's do, take it up to just below the quick. What is that going to be? But I don't trust, I trusted the bounce and then bounce back up. But you know, let me just move it because I trust it to come down here. Just see as much as I can get up, which is probably about 1400, you know, just do it. 16. Worst case is it bumps me out, but I think it's a rejection based on what I see here, based on what I see in the 4 hour. Clearly, I see my evening star in 30 minutes. I probably could have gotten it there. Let me see what I'm doing. All right, let me just do it. So we're gonna accept it from there. Let's do a stop loss of 1, 2. How much must it say you will not pass this time? Do you want something to the phone? Again, only trusted to go there. I want to see if I'm right with my rejection. Go back to 4 hours, do another analyze. It went up here, it rejected. That is part of that same movement. It went by that zone. This could be my holy rejection. And if I'm looking, I am trusting my direction. Okay, rock and roll. Do, do, do. Okay, what did it get? That's my direction. What did it get? Did it get TP? What did it get? I'm going with what? Okay, so it got my stop loss. Was I not high enough? Was my direction was so that's where I put my order. Next phone. It wake up, came down, direction I was looking, came back, rejected. TP was too stop loss was too low. If that stop loss had been high, this would have got my trade. So direction was correct, stop loss was too low. Yes, it was a rejection. Cool. Okay, okay. Okay, let's rock and roll, keep it moving. Let's get to the close of the hour. Tonight. Break it down. What do we do? Let's see what we're doing. That's my rejection. So let's do in 15 advance just to see what it's doing. Rejected, and it's actually going back to the original zone. Let's get out of that to clear rejection again. Okay, now I'm at the point where it's, where is it? It's at the next 4 hours below the key line, which means that it is probably gonna go back down. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the bearish railroad in the 4 hour, which theoretically I could take in the 4 hour. What's in the one? See in a different direction in the 30 minutes. This 4 hour, it's coming off the key line. It is, no, I cannot do it because it's actually, it's a bearish railroad. Hmm. Let me see. My direction gives me another idea. If I look at my 30 minutes, my pattern gives me an indication. crazy, 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 crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I want to think it's going to be Jim. It's becoming a bigger and it's been real. I can't. Let me just roll. I don't trust that. I should have taken it. What do you do? And then that's the confusion. I was right. It's rejected. It's rejected. Okay. I get what I think. So it was going to reject, even though I saw that pattern in the 4 hour. Really, when I go to the 30 minute, I should have trusted my instinct. And I'm going to back up and show what I was seeing here. I'll back it up. Back it up. All right, so I saw the railroad there. That's probably started the 4 hour open, jump to the 30 minute. I know this should be a rejection, even though it's below the key line. I know it should be a rejection. I feel it should be. Yeah, it should be. And 30 minutes showed me the pattern going up as a bullish railroad. So knowing that it should be a rejection, trust my instincts and take that up just for grins now that I'm here. I want to see if that really would have been correct. And I'm going to put out one. I'm going to put a pending. I'm going to actually put it above the key line and see if it goes there and goes up. Come on, Trey. Okay. Yeah. I just want to leave. I just want to leave. Yeah. All right, cool on. Let's open up the trade. Order to let's see what are we doing. I want to just test my theory if I am correct to believe that a 30-minute close. It kind of is. I'm correct to believe that. I'm gonna put it above the zone in case he does reject and bounce down. I'm gonna put it up here. So if I'm right, this is a rejection that's gonna bounce up to the top of that zone. Too close to put it here. Now let's do a stop. If it's big, but I just want to test my accept. Let's do TP all the way. That's fine. Like that. All right, theory testing. Down, up, got it. So I was all right, cool. Oh, Baltimore, ain't it fun? Okay. Oh, Baltimore, ain't it fun? Just to live. Let's see what the 4 hours doing now. One session. All right, we need a day here. Let's see. Let's put that back. Let's do. Let's get it to. I want to get it clean. It's wicked off of that zone back up. I need to see my 4 hour stuff. That's my next 4 hours. What's it doing? This is what the what's it doing? I need to get the phone. It's on. What's on? In the mood. Oh, 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 yes, it will. Oh, what is that? Oh, I'm afraid to die. So I do expect that rejection. So see that railroad. That's my rejection. That's where I took my last trade. Let's get out of this because I think that's where I took my trade. So let's get out of this and get just to the next 4 hours just to get me out. So where am I? I'm at house now for 30 minutes. Let's keep going. All right, so now I've crossed over key line at the 4 hour. So where am I at here? Just count our touches. I'm sorry, count our rejections. Okay, first one, second rejection, no change. All of this is a first time reaction back to the key. So actually, this is 1, 2, 3. This is going to continue. This is 3 interactions, rejections, I would say, that has hit this key line. So we had our first when I rejected, came back through the key line, hit this key line, get this key line, rejected, down to the key line again, rejections. This is going to continue. This is continuing down, so I'm going to let it go. Yep. All right, so it's down to the next key line. I anticipated it was going to continue down. Um, Now it's at a point where I'm on my forearm. It's rejecting off of this key line here. Basically, it's rejecting off of this key line. So it did go down, but this is my single motion here. So let me count my interactions with the key line. This is 1 rejection off the key line. Come down, so I will say this is my second rejection off the key line. And yes, I do expect this to reject, and I'm going to just take it back up to, if I went here, if I just take it back to this key line, it's 23, but I don't know if it's going to return to this key line. I'm not going to trust it to go through this key line. I'm going to put it back to this key line that it's going to reject, but it's only going back up to this key line. So worst case, I get something versus nothing. So let's jump over to the 30 minutes. See what we can see over here. My belly overwhelmed. It ain't your paper day. Don't be long. I would be born. Circumstance. Okay, this may change my trajectory. Let's see what happens because this is very short. Looking for my pattern here in the 30 minutes, get to 1 hour. Someone I chose to use my heart. Okay, let me just jump to the 30 and see what I see. Maybe actually looking for it to break through there. So do it. You know what? This bad. I don't want to do 4 hours. No, just 15. I guess 2 hours. All right, cool. Now, take another look at the 4 hour. Let's make sure there are no new zones that are presented. Here we come. Yes, sit down. That's that 30 minute. That's that 30 minute. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, it's grand. So the next 30 minute gives us. We don't have our pattern to go up yet. I'm seeing a different pattern. Now I'm seeing something up. Let's keep going. Keep going. I need to get to the key line before I can trust. Come off the key line. Go to the key line. This is too much. Oh, all right, so maybe my direction was wrong. It was a continuation there. I don't see my pattern. So let's do sorry. Yeah, it's gone. You got missed the zone. Bouncing off this 30 minutes. But it was a continuation. So let's get this down to the next key line and see what's I'm gonna see what happens when you reach my key line. I don't know. I'm not really sure what this is. Beautiful, beautiful sign. Beautiful, beautiful sign. Beautiful sign. Okay, it's really probable. Maybe that was actually another zone that got created. Let's take a look at the picture. Hate these. Let's just see this really quick. Mm, mm, mm. Let's do the clean. I just want to see if that's it. It sure the heck is. It's not bouncing off that zone. So let's do this. I'm gonna get rid of this zone. Get rid of that zone. Mm, mm. Let's get rid of it. 'Cause I think that's there. So let's put this new zone. Let's do clone. Let's see now. Let's clone up this zone now. So, let's just get out of this hour. So let's just something like that. So let's back up here. Here's the ones out there. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Drew. I'm chasing fools, go. I'm gonna pause and maybe update my zones here.